A hero with no powers, a child with a sword, and a dog with 3 days to live. How far would you go? A local swordsmith spots riders on the horizon, brigands, coming for his handcrafted blades. Their leader, Krem of the Yellow Hills, wants more than weapons. He demands a guide off the planet and picks the swordsmith's young companion. She's rusty, winded, and wounded, but she survives. Even without powers, she doesn't quit. She drags herself to bed, bruised and humiliated. The next morning, a 13-year-old girl named Ruthai tracks her down. Krem took her family, and she wants revenge. She needs a tracker, and she offers her father's sword as payment. The old man who runs the settlement overhears the name Elias Knoll, Ruthai's father, a legendary bladesmith. He demands the sword for himself. Clark calls again, pushing Kara to come home. She blows him off. She believes she has no people to go back to. Then Ruthai corners her a second time with the same pitch. Kara shuts her down fast. She will not lead a child on a revenge quest.
You're going door to door now, but I can't, so on to the next door with you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need a pee.
Then Krem strikes again. He steals Kara's ship, and her dog Krypto is still on board. Kara races toward the ship, screaming for Krypto, but Krem's vessel lifts off. She finds Krypto on the ground, barely alive. A brigand toxin is paralyzing him slowly before it stops his heart. The local healer explains, the antidote is carried by brigands. Without it, Krypto has 3 moon raises to live. 3 days. Kara refuses to let her dog give up. She gives Krypto a promise, 72 hours. Then she grabs Ruthai, and they chase the trail off-planet. Their transport is a rusted bus full of odd travelers. Before Kara can settle in, the ship is ambushed by Sclarian raiders, tech pirates who want everything on board. She flies straight into the sun, recharges, and comes back swinging. She seizes the raiders, saves the passengers, and the bus keeps moving. Ruthai can't believe what she saw. She asks why Kara didn't do that on her planet. Simple. Yellow sun gives Kara her powers, red sun takes them away. So why choose the red sun? Because whiskey doesn't work when you're invincible. Ruthai gives Kara a look that could melt steel. The girl's coming along whether Kara likes it or not. The only rule is, stay quiet and don't die. Kara interrogates the captured raiders. One breaks, Krem is on Bilquis, a dying planet. The brigands take girls there to continue their all-male race. Cool. Road trip to Bilquis. They land on Bilquis and hit a bar. A sleazy trader eyes Ruthai and offers to buy her. Kara arm wrestles for information. If she wins, he tells her where the brigands are. Lobo, an immortal with a god complex who wiped out his own planet. Even the bar goes silent when he walks in. He's hunting a brigand named Drom Baxton, the same trail Kara's on.
Guy, hey.
3. I'm looking for Brigand. Go.
He's looking for brigands.
Bastard. Red Mohawk.
Before Kara can work him for intel, Ruthai marches straight up to the immortal. She delivers her revenge speech to a killer who could end her in a blink. Lobo is amused. Nobody talks to him like that. Kara panics and launches into the worst cover story in history. Somehow the chaos works. Bomber says he knows the brigands and invites them to his home. At Bomber's house, Ruthai keeps asking about Superman, and Kara opens up about Clark's goodness versus her own scars. Then Ruthai asks what Earth is like, and Kara's walls come down. She's not really from Earth. She's from Krypton. She tells the story she's never told anyone. How Krypton died, not in a day, but slowly, while the council ignored every warning. Her father Zor-el and his brother Jor-el tried to save everyone, but no one listened. So Jor-el sent his son Kal-El to Earth. 8 years later, Kara was born. Her parents thought they'd bought more time. They were wronged. Argo City broke off and unearthed kryptonite, a poisoned mineral. The soil sickened everyone, including Kara's mother. Her father built an escape pod, just big enough for one. Kara refused to leave, but her mother told her she was not one tiny life. She was their souls unfolding into the future. Her mother's last words became Kara's compass. Be good. Not nice, not soft. Good. Use your power to protect those who cannot protect themselves.
Alquex kojiva weftar handlu. Chot, ibiha, usken, toyargo, iles kodamedariat fanira.
That promise is the weight Kara carries, the reason she drinks, the reason she runs, and the reason she can't go home. She tells Ruthai that grief is a killer. It makes you want to break bad, but revenge won't lead where Ruthai thinks it will. She's still standing barely, when Drom Baxton himself walks in. Kara asks for 1 second. Drom gives it to her because he's that kind of villain. That second is all she needs. She lunges, but Drom drops Krypto's antidote on the ground and smashes it. Then Lobo arrives, hunting Drom. He's angry, he's immortal, and he wants his trophy. Bomber's wife begs for mercy. Bomber screams for his daughter Sarna, taken as part of the deal. But Drom doesn't honor deals. Drom escapes through a portal. Ruthai refuses to hide. She grabs her sword and goes after him. Kara reaches her just in time. Drom nearly takes them both out, but Kara lands a hit. Lobo catches up and finishes the job. Drom goes down hard, but Bomber's daughter Sarna doesn't make it. Kara demands Krem's location from Drom. He mocks her with silence. Then Ruthai finds Krem. She raises her sword, ready to end it. But Kara pulls her back. Krem escapes through another portal, and Ruthai is furious. Kara corners a Brigand lackeys and threatens him unless he talks. He gives up a location, but says she'll have to wear something to survive it. They arrive at a prison planet that orbits between 2 suns, including a green sun that can kill a Kryptonian. In this prison, Kara meets the last person she expected, a young Clark Kent decades ago, before she ever arrived on Earth. He found her pod and couldn't speak Kryptonian yet. He was kind and awkward and completely lost. He promised her she'd learn to love Earth, but she looked at this strange new world and wondered how it could ever be home. Back in the present, Kara wakes in a cell under the green sun, stripped of her powers. Ruthai found her and snuck aboard the Brigand ship to help. She shows Kara the suit she recovered from Krem's ship. Kara dismisses it as a stupid costume that does nothing. Under a green sun, she's right.
What did you...
I saw you boarding that man's ship. What's this place?
It's my prison. The Brigands know.
Kara breaks down. Her dog is dying and she's not there. She's failed everything she promised to protect. But Ruthai won't let her fall apart. She tells Kara she's sorry for the cruel words. She was wrong. Kara's not always nice, but she's kind. Not always perfect, but good. And that matters more. That small mercy from a child breaks something open in Kara that the whiskey couldn't numb. A Brigand captain arrives and proposes a deal. Tell him where to find Ruthai, and he'll let Kara live. Lobo tells the captain to look at him. Then he says one word, bye-bye. The captain orders Ruthai executed before the end of the day. But Ruthai has a plan, and it's terrifying. She throws herself at the captain's feet, begging for her life, crying, pleading. She promises to tell Krem everything. The captain buys every second of it. He orders his men to take her to Krem. Once inside the fortress, Ruthai drops the act. She's not a victim. She's a weapon with a plan. She leads them straight to Kara's cell and frees her. Then she demands the Brigands help take down Krem. Lobo watches the whole performance with genuine admiration. Kara hears her mother's voice echoing from that last day on Argo. Be good. Protect those who cannot protect themselves. That promise has been the weight she carries, but it's also the compass she forgot to follow. Krem pulls out a weapon he's been saving. Kryptonite crystal forged into a blade. It drains her, hurts her, brings tears to her eyes. He gloats, telling her how beautiful her eyes are when she cries. But Lobo drops in like a wrecking ball and takes out Drom mid-sentence. The bounty hunter bags his trophy. Lobo tells Ruthai the finish is hers. She should have her revenge. Kara says it's not that simple. Lobo disagrees. He grabs his trophy and walks out. Ruthai raises the sword. Kara returns. She doesn't stop the girl. She won't take that choice. But she tells her the truth. If she does this, she'll carry Krem with her forever. Ruthai says she's already ruined. But Kara sees something Krem never could. Ruthai's heart is still good and open. Ruthai lowers the sword. She breaks down, wishing none of it had happened. Kara holds her and says she knows. She wishes that too. Then she tells Ruthai to walk away before she changes her mind. The girl does. Krem snarls that Kara thinks she saved Ruthai's soul, but there'll be nothing left worth saving when he's done. Kara punches him square in the face. That's for her dog. Then she hits him again. That's for what he did to Ruthai's family. He goes down and stays down. They say goodbye. Then Kara has one more idea. She never finished celebrating her birthday. Ruthai's eyes light up. Kara lets the girl tag along for one celebration. Kara watches her dog, her cousin, and the city she's been avoiding. For the first time, it feels like what it's always been, home. And Krypto immediately eats something he shouldn't. Some things never change.